Behold, my stuff.
You keep using that word. I do not think it means what you think it means. Today, we're going to take the fun.com Sword of the Six-Fingered Man from Princess Bride, which has this very, very interesting plastic finish. We're going to repaint it with very basic over-the-counter items to make it look a little cooler, display a little more realistic, and make it that much more of a fun cosplay item that you can bring to Comic-Con. So let's start painting. All right, so we're going to repaint this just to make it look kind of nice. There's a couple ways you can do this. The first thing I'm going to show you is the Sharpie gold metallic pen. If you have this, what I want you to do is take this and throw it away because it's not going to help you in this case. The gold Sharpie doesn't really do much of anything that is helpful. So just for an example here, if you look on the pommel, you may not be able to see it. Well, guess what? It's been colored with the gold Sharpie. The reason you can't see it is because it comes out like this dull plasticky gold crap. So it's not going to help you. What will help you, I've found, is this beautiful duplicolor gold leafing pen. It's called the Premio gold leaf pen. These you can buy on Amazon. They're super cheap. They're great. They're great for gold leafing projects. They're great for painting up rings and things like that. They work great on resins, and they will work good on plastics. So I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. First of all, get the plastic off of it. So if I wanted to just go over the section that I already went over, and again, you don't want to completely cover all of the black wash that they did, but you're going to cover a good part of it. So I'm just going to get this bit. Cat, what are you doing? So if we take a look at that, you can check that shine versus its counter side. And again, you might say, I don't really see a huge difference, but it does catch light just a bit better than the flat part. All right. Now we've just done this add-on piece here. Now that we've done a much larger area, you can definitely see the distinction in how it paints up. It definitely holds gold. Far more chromy, reflective, and metallic looking. So the pommel and that edge piece are now done, and you can compare that to the other parts of gold. Big difference. So we're going to go ahead and continue with this, and then we will get to what the finished product looks like. All right. So obviously now the handle is repainted, and it looks really nice. We have to go in and do the stones. We have to go in and blacken. We have to go and wrap the gold twine in there. Just for fun, I threw on some aluminum tape. I'm not going to keep it. I was doing the Molto Chrome, and it was just too long of a blade. It really should be airbrushed on, and I'm going to do that later. But I wanted to just show the sword and how it looks when you've got an actual shiny, blade. And if you take 5 seconds and apply the tape correctly, it'll look nice. You could do it. This is what it looks like without it. So you could leave it if you want, but here's like a half and half. It's a pretty noticeable difference. So if you do the aluminum tape, it comes out really nice, and the sword just looks cooler. It displays nicer. It's very chromy, very shiny. The pen really does a nice number on it. And it'll display cooler, and when you put it on your belt loop, it'll look good at con. So if you want to take an Inigo Montoya sword to con, I recommend picking up a little gold leaf deco color. Excuse me, I think I said duplicolor earlier. I mean deco color. And paint up the handle white. Throw some aluminum tape on it if you want, or paint it up however you like to do your chrome paints. And Bob's your uncle. And you have a very much improved Sword of Inigo Montoya. And then if you really want to go nuts, go in with a colored Sharpie and just color in all the little gems to the appropriate red and green, different kinds of colorings and things that they did there based on the show. I don't have the reference picture right now, so I haven't done that yet, but that looks pretty cool. All right, and that's a quick, easy one-day improvement on your Sword of Inigo Montoya. So Here in the shop light, you can see now what I was talking about, how this chrome pen for gold leafing catches so much better than the stock plastic. Really does look nice. And again, there's some details we got to add. We got to add the gold wire through there, and we've got to paint this section black and have just the gold highlights. I just threw the aluminum tape on the blade just for sake of argument. For con, this works great because if you catch a beam, it makes a really nice picture. So you can see how that reflects down the blade, like Zorro-esque. But if I flip it, and we look at this end of it, you can see it's not quite the same. Duller. So like, you can see how the tape works with that. So again, if this is not your cup of tea, you can spray paint it silver. I don't recommend that because it's a flex blade and it will crack the paint. You can rub and buff it and graphite powder it. Always a win. But these blades always were very, very shiny. So I just think a quick thing of aluminum tape, it's not going to be perfect. It's going to have like dinks and things in it. But, I'm talking about getting this ready for con and for photos. So I think that works really well. Or you can just leave it. You can just take the tape right off and leave it. It really doesn't matter. But repainting the handle, I think, is super essential. It comes out great. It looks so good. And also, if you're a Highlander fan, you could use this as a sort of Toledo Salamanca stand-in if you want to have a duel with, in a car park somewhere with your Highlander con-safe sword. Then this is a good one for that too. So I highly recommend it, whether you're dressing as Inigo or you're dressing as a six-fingered man, or you just want to display one on your wall because you have a bunch of swords and it's something that you think looks cool. You can make it passable and just hang it up there. I think it's cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that quick paint up. Again, duplicolor gold leafing pen. Really, really nice. I also used it on my Ring of the Schwartz, which was 3D printed, and that came out great. I highly recommend it. It looks good. Paint your stuff. Remember, if you can't build it, buy it. If you can't buy it, build it. Sometimes you do both. This, of course, is the finished product with the gems painted up and the black added.